Thank you so much for letting me talk to you. Congrats on this film. I thought it was beautiful. It was horrifying, and I just have been delving into so much research about the true story behind this. What were your initial thoughts going into this, and what made you decide that this was going to be your next project to take on?
Yeah, I think my initial thoughts were one of genuine psychological suspension. You know, you think about the Dozier School boys, and your thought kind of stops there. You're just like, what? What? They said they ran away? They did, you know, and the system that allows for that to take place, you know? And after that, I think, generally speaking, kind of used that confusion as fuel to build something that felt like real and felt like it had the same stakes as being in the real world.
You do something so unique with this film. We've seen it done in like some action films like Hardcore Henry and stuff, but the POV perspective I feel has never felt more personal than in this. Talk about what it was like formulating that language, and what were the challenges for doing different characters with that?
The idea was so early that it allowed for a lot of conceptualization. I think it emerges, and I feel like I already did it with the first film I made, Hell County This Morning, This Evening, in which it's not literally the same, but conceptually and theoretically and almost practically it functions in the same way. That was a good on-ramp to it. Aside from that, a lot of it was developed with Joe Mofray, the DP. We spent many a week in his Airbnb with my DSLR, kind of working out some of the very specific movements and the relationship between vision and time and what we needed to accomplish in the scenes. And so, yeah, what you see is a product of that.
With Turner and Elwood, they're both sides of the same coin as far as like a perspective of how you're seeing the school and how they want to treat the feelings that they have there. Did you find yourself becoming them as you were filming in those different perspectives, where like you're working on an Elwood scene, you're feeling more like Elwood, Turner, you're feeling more despondent, maybe disassociated to everything?
Man, that's a really good question, because I initially thought when you started or you're halfway through that I already am them, because I am, you know, and the vision of where they're looking is coming from my childhood and kind of my imagination. But I don't think I necessarily saw myself or took on any of their visual ways of seeing. I think that the way the film was built, that was allowed to just be underpinned by the scenes that they were in, and was kind of the sort of, for lack of a better word, the teleology of their movements. So, yeah, that's such a good question, though.
How do you give a challenging story while making sure that the audience is still engaged?
These are the biggest challenges, I think, trying to, one, resurrect history in a way that's not overly explanatory or didactic or feels like actual pedagogy, and then also trying to do what cinema does best, which is give someone an experience, I think, and to have someone be deeply engaged for reasons that are beyond their sort of conscious brain. I don't know how to do it aside from the ways in which I have in the past, but I feel like very privileged to have access to Coulson's narrative, which are the bones of the film, and also to genuinely to have, yeah, it's an honor to have the Dozier School boys' legacies, to be able to elevate them. I mean, I don't know many others who were given that permission.